Hello, welcome back to Zanthyst Gaming. Today I'm going to show you how to make a horde base that you can use with an intelligence build to make full use of those fun electric traps. This base can be set up for the primitive era hordes quite easily before you have access to electric traps and still performs quite excellently. We'll show you an early horde-based defense demonstration as well as a demonstration of what it looks like once you have those electric traps really zapping. We'll also take you through a step-by-step of how to build it and provide you with an exact material list. We'll show you how this build changes over time through different tech tiers, and we'll show you how to upgrade it. Just for the sake of brevity, we're going to take the building portion of this video and time-lapse it and speed it up. We're going to add in some music for your convenience sake, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, favorite, subscribe, comment down below, all that good stuff that we always want you to do. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. You're going to need 2,048 cobblestone. You're going to craft those cobblestone into 512 flagstone blocks. In order to get all this cobblestone, I just simply shoveled all those blue pallets I found in POIs during the first 5 days of questing that I did. After those 5 days, I took day 6 to farm a few more materials, crafted my blocks, and built my structure. About halfway through day 7, I was done with plenty of time left to spare. Alright, let's talk about how we prep and get set up for this build. Now that you have your blocks crafted, you want to split them into smaller stacks. We're going to take and left click and drag a block stack, and then we're going to right click to drop individual blocks. I'm going to drop 22 blocks to start in order to make my stairs. Put down my action bar, hit and hold R, go to shapes, and then choose stairs. Now that I have my stairs set up, I'm good to move on to the next block type. You're going to rinse and repeat that for each of these type of blocks. You're going to want to have 6, it says 5, but you should have 6 stair corners. You're going to want 18 poles. These need to make sure that they are not the centered type. You're going to want 4 flagstone gables, 30 flagstone arrow slits, and 64 flagstone plates. All the remaining blocks should be 368 flagstone blocks that you'll use for this build. You will also need 130 wooden bars, 19 barbed wire, 2 hatches, and 3 ladders. That means you need 991 wood and 152 iron for this build. Let's go into how to build it next. I'm going to show you how to a time-lapse music video. Whee! Let's go.
Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it'll cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering why my mind keeps on spinning. This isn't how living to me was told. Why am I like this? Something's always amiss. Can't put my finger on it, but it's there. Wait for it to subside, but my mind won't apply. Waiting for the clear. Is it bad? Sometimes I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away. Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it'll cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering how the world keeps on spinning, kinda scared of living when it unfolds. Hard to see the light when everything is dying, waiting for the clear. Thankful I'm alive, but terrified of dying. But hey, I'm still here. Is it bad? Sometimes I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away.
Okay, so that is all you have to do to build this base. We're going to have a look now at Horde Day that I did on stream. Slight changes on that base versus this one. I was still working on trying to figure it out. I had a few spots missing up here that is throwing Molotovs down through. You can choose to do that or not do that, up to you. But that's really the only difference. I used spikes down here instead of barbed wire. You would just fill this entire trench with barbed wire to get it fully set up. All right, let's go ahead and watch. Perhaps took that a little bit too early. Can I actually throw this through the bars without hurting myself? Hey! Nice. Nice. That flame effect is fantastic. actually looks like I'm having trouble reaching. I can get him. Never mind. Power attack seems to work a little better. Okay, so you get the basic idea of how that works. In order to modify this base for electric traps and the like, we're going to do a few things. The reason we did arrow slits on the end here is so that we could wire our electric fences through it pretty easily. Your block actually goes down one from there. It should be on the bottom row here, right? So that when your fences sit, they sit in a way that when you look through the arrow slit, you see the fence, the top of the fence, right? And that way when you wire it, the zombies will run through the wire of the fence. Make sure that you place those blocks down 2 from where the arrow slits are, so that the head of the electric fence goes through the arrow slits. Okay, so the electric fences are all set up like that, and then we just have to make sure that we are wiring them together by going through the arrow slit, and then you wire into the other one, and you go like that, and you just wire them all up. The zombies run straight through it and electrocute themselves, and you just do that with all the different electric fences. You wire each one of them up, and then we'll hook it up to a generator next. The next step is we need to have a switch and 1 electric relay. So we'll get a switch here. We just need 1, and then we need 1 electric relay as well. Make sure you're getting the electric relay and not the timer electric relay. You want to make sure you get the right one. And we're going to use that to wire it up to our generator. So we need a generator, of course, and we need engines to go in those generators, and gas. Now, I feel like I should have said this earlier, but this is obviously the more advanced setup once you get the technology and all that stuff. Obviously, you would start as the initial setup with just the barbed wire and no electric traps. This is for once you get set up. This is probably where you would be on day 14. And then on day 21, you should have the blade traps as well. But this would be about a day 14 setup. So we would just throw down our generator, like right there would be good. And then you throw down your switch. Right there's a good spot for it. And then wire in the generator to the switch. And then you have to put in your relay. So you just need down one side. And you would wire up your switch to your relay. And then you wire up your relay to each one of the fences. You do want to make sure that it's on the same side as where your parent connections are on your fences. So if you started wiring from this side over that way, then you want the relay on this side. If you did it from that side over to this side, you'd want it on the other side. We want to put on some plates to cover up these electric fences. Now at this point, you'd probably be switching over to concrete or maybe cobblestone, but probably concrete. So we're just going to do rebar frames for plates since that's now a thing, which is pretty cool. You just put in your plates and you just go like that. And you want to actually bring it all the way up to meet the other plates. So it just kind of encloses it. And the reason we want to do that is because if we don't enclose it, spiders can actually jump into our electric fence area and cause issues. Just don't forget to put one on the front as well and enclose it there too, so that it's a full enclosure. And also not forget to get the top so that if anything were to, by some chance, jump from the stairs, it can't land inside there either. So what you can do is you can go with the plates, and because you have the arrow slits to wire to the fences, that's not a big deal. You can feel free to fully enclose this. You can, if you want, make one of them a hatch. That would solve that problem as well. That way you can just open it up and repair it if it were to get damaged from like a cop explosion or something like that. Now you have access to repairing it. And then you of course have access to all the electric fences to repair by just going through the arrow slit. So that's all set up there like that. And to get this last plate placed here, I have to knock out that old one. And I should probably just do a full block here, I would think, because it's got that weird arrow slit type thing. So probably just a full block here would be the way to go. And again, you'd probably do this in concrete because you'd be up to that at that point. But if you're still on flagstone, that's fine. If you are still on flagstone at the 14-day horde, just make sure that you upgrade as much of it as possible to cobblestone instead of flagstone, because flagstone starts to get kind of flimsy around day 14. So you might want to upgrade it to cobblestone. At the very least, the pillars and this interior section here, you want to upgrade to cobblestone. And then obviously for the 21-day horde, we want to be up to concrete or reinforced concrete at that point. So this is the 14-day horde setup with electric fences. And then for 21-day horde, you should be getting to a point where you get your electric blade traps unlocked. And you would just take out the middle blocks here. So you're going to put 2 blade traps in. And they go like this. 1 on the bottom. And then you put 1 on the roof. And then this little block that we have over here, we want to take and extend over 1 more. And then that's a blade trap there as well. And then, of course, you just do the same thing with the blade traps that you did with the fences. You just wire them up to the switch. So we take and we go to switch here. And we want to just wire it through. I can run around, just pop off and come back. And we just wire it through to the blade traps. And refuel it, turn it on, that kind of thing. Boom. Flip your switch and you have blades whirling and you have electric fences. Okay, so now they're wired up, and when I step into it, it electrocutes me. So that's the basic setup for everything beyond day 14. You have your electric fences, and then you have your spinning blade traps, and that's enough to shred the hordes. If you want to extend it further, you could put auto turrets up here to shoot the birds and to shoot down at the enemies as well, and that would be another extension that you could do to this base. Let's go ahead and have a look at the 21-day horde that I did on my stream, and then I'm just going to end out the video. So thank you guys for being here so much, and make sure to like, favorite, share, subscribe. Enjoy this video to outro. Here we go. I will be AFK for chat for a few minutes, guys. I'll try to look up sometimes, but that guy slipped through. Up there, just beelining to the left. There's a couple on the right. It's a thing of beauty, boys. It's a thing of beauty. Look, Ma, no hands. Little stretching. How are you guys doing? You have a good night? I'm losing some experience doing that. I would rather get full experience. Alright. Okay, so as you can see, it went pretty well. No big issues. Had 1 copter in that horde night. I think it was fine. Once we start getting demolishers and stuff, you're going to want to have like auto turrets and things like that in, but this base pretty much takes care of itself. Do note that in order to get experience from the traps, you have to be intelligence specced with advanced engineering. When you get fully specced out in advanced engineering, that's how you unlock the blade traps, and at that point you get 50% experience from trap kills. So you still want to be trying to actively participate in the base defense by shooting things, but if you miss some kills, the blade traps will still give you half experience, and so will the electric fences. So make sure you smash that like button, like, favorite, share, subscribe, comment down below. My daughter is goofing around in the background, sorry about that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you tune in for the next one. Bye, y'all.